Bonsoir. Good evening, all. Thank you, all of us, for coming out on such an amazing Sunday. And I know you have a lot that can be done, but instead you want to share, you want to come here to be able to be with us. My name is Charnette Frederick. I'm the councilwoman at large from the township of Irvington. I'm also the vice chair of the National Haitian American Elected Official Network. It is an honor to be here. First, I want to say thank you for Pastor Sylvain from the Nouvelle Jérusalem Baptiste Church who allow us to be here. Moi dis comme ça, okay? Okay? So, moi dis nous toutes merci parce que nous là. Et il est vraiment important pour nous te faire réunion ça, pour nous connaître qui ça n'a fait en tant qu'élu dans les États-Unis. Nous tous connaissons qui ça a passé en Haïti. Premièrement, pas seulement te gen pile kidnappé, président mouri. Deuxièmement, tremblement de terre de 7.2. Après ça, mes amis, nous ouais ça a passé dans le bord de Mexico avec les États-Unis. Eh bien, en tant qu'élus, nous continuons à travailler très très fort, même avant tout ça au tap privé. Parce que nous pensons, si on va faire, nous sommes capables de faire. 2009, yo te pensé que nous avons au moins 10 20 personnes qui étaient élus dans les États-Unis. Yon nan moun sa c'est magistrat Champagne qui était fondé National Haitian American Elected Official Network. Mes amis, jodi là, nous avons passé 170 membres qui sont élus dans tous les États-Unis. C'est une raison. Thank you. C'est une raison, moi je voulais un spécial remerciement avec tout travail que l'élu New Jersey a fait. C'est peut-être ça m'a pris un petit temps pour me dire nous qui est élu que nous gagnons dans New Jersey et de là que nous continuer à coordonner ensemble avec eux. Once again, I want to thank the leadership of our National Haitian American Elected Official Network of New Jersey who work tirelessly to figure out how do we support through policy when it comes for Haiti. So some of our members, we have Mayor Michelle Delisfort from Union, New Jersey. A lot of you might not know, we have Mayor Frank McHeehee from Maplewood, New Jersey, who's Haitian descent. We have Honorable Bergson Linnaeus from East Orange, New Jersey, councilman. We have Commissioner Stan Laurent, school board member, Elizabeth, New Jersey. We have Honorable Charlene Batelus, school board member, Elizabeth, New Jersey. Here in Irvington, we have Honorable Louis Antilus, school board, New Jersey. We have Honorable Joseph Sylvain, school board, Irvington. We have Honorable Schneider Guillaume, Linden, New Jersey. We have Honorable Bertrand Louis, Spotwood, New Jersey. In Asbury Park, we have Honorable Sheila Etienne. And we have another one, Anthony Remy, school board member in Asbury Park, New Jersey. We also have Honorable George Sibo Elias, who's serving in Newark, New Jersey. Members that can be part of our elected official is appointed judge, or if you are in the election, or elected official, but it's not over. We also have anybody that was elected official who want to be active in our National Haitian American Elected Official Network can be. You all heard about Mayor Champagne from South Tom River. Honorable Jerry Balmier, freeholder, now we call them commissioner from Jersey City. We have Reverend Joseph Taluska, Irvington, New Jersey, former board member. We have Honorable Tacey Faustin, Irvington, former board member. We have Dr. Delise, former board member in Irvington. We have Honorable Yves Obu, councilman in Roselle. We also have Honorable Archange Antoine, Roselle School Board member as well. I really wanted to take this time to mention their specific name because I thought this is very important on their leadership and insight to say thank you. Thank you, our New Jersey chapter. We work heavily. We all here for une raison. Nous là pour nous tendre ça qui va passer. Avant que pour me relayer et chairman qui sorti juste Florida pour dire nous tout travail que nous faisons. Pas seulement nous rencontrer avec USAID, nous rencontrer avec ICE, which is Immigration Custom Enforcement, nous rencontrer avec Department of Homeland Security, nous rencontrer avec Sénateur Cory Booker, nous supposons rencontrer avec Donald Penn Jr., Congressman on the 10th District. We're also following up with the administration when it comes for Senator Bob Menendez, who with Senator Chuck Schumer sent a letter, over 15 of them, qui travaillent très fort sur bagay communauté haïtienne. With that being said, there's a lot get done, and we wanted to make sure you all on the know. Without any further ado, we're gonna hear from Councilman Bergson Linnaeus, gonna say a few words about National Haitian American Elected Official Network. Thank you.
I think there's a height difference between Councilwoman. Just a small height difference. Thank you. She's tall? Okay, yes, she is. Good afternoon, Irvington. To all my Haitian people, good afternoon. My name is Councilman Bergson Linnaeus from the city of East Orange. I'm also a member of NHAEON, National Haitian American Elected Officials Network, and also a member of NJ for Haiti. NHAEON is the largest network of Haitian American elected and appointed official organization in the U.S. Our members represent millions of constituents all across the nation. NHAEON members are dedicated to supporting domestic policies, legislation, and issues affecting Haitians living in the United States. The issues and initiatives that NHAEON advocates for include, but are not limited to, community outreach and civic engagement, civil and voting rights, criminal justice reform, diversity and inclusion, economic empowerment, wealth creation, education, environment and sustainability, foreign affairs and national security, healthcare, immigration reform, police reform, poverty reduction, technology, and communications. NHAEON is a 501c3 nonprofit, nonpartisan organization that engages Haitian Americans in the political process and amplifies our community's voices by enhancing Haitians' lives through the advancement of civic engagement, social justice, equity, and equality. We are represented in 17 states as well as DC. As Councilwoman Frederique stated, we have well over 130 plus members or more, current and former. And New Jersey, and I'm pleased to give a round of applause for this, we have the third largest contingency of Haitian American elected in the country. And that is not by accident. That is by trailblazers such as Councilman Frederique, Judge Sybil Elias, Mayor Champagne, who have led the way and led the charge here in the state. Charlene Gatalis led the way in the state of New Jersey. NHAEON, through their efforts, through our honorable chairman, Alex Dezume, who came all the way from Florida to be here for this very important discussion, is engaged with all officials, whether it be state, local, and even federal. And I'm proud to say that we are working tirelessly on behalf of the Haitian Americans not only here in New Jersey, but across this country and back home in Haiti. So thank you, and God bless you all.
Amazing. Thank you so much. At this time, we're going to have the man that we've been waiting for. We say thank you for your leadership. I think Dr. Desilme took the whole national Haitian American elected officials to the next level. He is national. He is working very hard to make sure we know what we are doing. I thank you for allowing us to bring you, all the way from Florida to here. Without any further ado, I want you to give him a big round of applause. Very, very important. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. Merci en pile. Comme dit ça, Berkson, merci en pile. Merci en pile tout le monde et m'a dit nous bonsoir. C'est un plaisir pour moi ensemble avec nous dans la cour New Jersey et créole là pas tellement chaque parle je vous dis que créole là pas nous même connaît créole parler créole comprendre et m'a dit moi félicitations pour le leadership New Jersey pour tout élu yo moi très fier de yo et toute bagaille yo fait et en bas leadership tout le monde de travail a fait en pile minuit n'a travail pour la communauté haïtienne et pour nous connaître chayo en pile travail et nous connaissons Haïti son pays nous remet en pile et nous même comme Berkson t'a parlé dans l'organisation nous représenter toute diaspora et dans chaque municipalité différents états nous avons 17 états et nous avons Washington DC là-dedans côté que chaque état ça yo un bagage différent mais nous avons un seul bagage qui comment les n'a parlé de Haïti qui nous avons républicains, nous avons démocrates dans le réseau NHAEON. Depuis c'est Haïti, nous tous la mettons ensemble pour nous batailler pour Haïti. Yes, again. It's a pleasure for me to be here. And again, thank you, Shawnette. It's indeed, thank you for the leadership and Berkson, everyone in New Jersey. When this issue started, Haiti, I think I said yesterday, I can't think of a time since I have been around when it's like Haiti hasn't been in crisis. This thing has been ongoing. And we started with the assassination of the president, and it went from the assassination to the earthquake. From the earthquake, a week later, the tropical storm. And then as we thought we were dealing with the migrant issue, and then we got Haiti. We, as the elected officials, have been working tirelessly. With the migrant issue, we got a call from Gerline Joseph, who is an organization at the border. And when Mayor Champagne was the head of this organization in 2017, Gerline called on NHAEON, and we stepped up and assist Gerline in terms of a press conference. So when they called me, I thought I was in for a press conference. She said to me, we have 6,000 Haitians under the border. I need help. I said, okay, what kind of help you need? She said, I need the electeds to come out and help me out. The next day she called me, that 6,000 turned out to 12,000. And I knew the issue was serious. So I called on the congresswoman that represent my area, which is a member of the Black Caucus. And they got me on the phone with the Secretary of the Homeland Security, Secretary Mayorga. We have a couple members of NHAEON. We got some fact to learn at that time, which was Saturday. There was 15,000 people under the bridge. And that day I was leaving to go to Del Rio. And I had asked a couple members from NHAEON to come with me. And I was under the impression I was still going for a press conference. When we got on the phone with the secretary, the administration made it very clear that the migrant were going to be expelled back to Haiti. These folks were not from Haiti, because one of the questions one of the members asked the secretary, where did these people come from? And we were told Chile, Panama, Brazil, and other countries in South America, including Mexico. So the question was, why are they being expelled to Haiti? And the administration answer was, we are taking them back to Haiti. So we knew as an organization, we had to mobilize our community because we knew we had a fight. When I got to Del Rio, it was real. The situation was worse than what you guys saw on TV. And I kept the members informed because we have a group, we have a way of communicating, and it was terrifying. It was dire to see there were some folks that the Homeland, ICE, DHS was letting out to their family. Most of them, as you all know now, were pregnant women. And I know you guys have a welcome committee in New Jersey and welcoming them. But the condition under that bridge, I did not get a chance to go under the bridge to visit the folks until the Thursday. So I was supposed to be there for 2 days. The 2 days lasted for a whole week. And it was pretty clear that most of the people, some of them went back to Mexico. Right now, at least 8,000 was expelled back to Haiti. The few hundreds, a couple thousand that are in detention centers, and I know Mona Lisa with DREP working very hard, and different folks who are providing supports for them. They are scheduled to be expelled or deported. Right now, those they did release, the situations are, a lot of them do not have alien numbers, meaning that if you don't have an alien number, you don't have nothing. You really can't do nothing. So it's still a struggle. And the agencies from all across the country that are helping them filling out the form to get their number, the appointment that is being given to them is for 1.5 years. So it's a lot of work, and we have to be thankful to the people, to the lawyers, the Haitian lawyers, the National Bar Association, along with all the immigration lawyers, sometimes criminal lawyers. We have to get involved, helping out, doing what needs to be done, and we need more. Because every single one of these folks has a date that they need to go back to court. It has to go back to court. And I want to be very clear. All we were asking the administration for is for something that is in their constitution. Now, let me say this again. We were not asking this administration for anything special. We were asking them for something that they have in their own law. And I know we have a member who walked in who's an immigration attorney. And I know he's going to talk about Title 42, which is a racist title. And I'll get into that in a little moment. But we were asking for due process because the law says if you get here, you are entitled to at least to hear your case. And then they could make a determination if you should stay or if you should go back. But what we are seeing right now, if you look like me or like most of you in the audience, you will not get a fair treatment. And that's just a simple fact. Because ICE has expelled some people from Africa and other countries that was under that bridge as well. So meaning that they were just taking you, if you're black, they're sending you back to Haiti. They didn't care. So there are people who are not born in Haiti that are in Haiti now. And that's the reality. So this Title 42 that they used to gather people is one of the code that was enacted when President Trump was in office. I mean, it's been in the books for a while, but Stephen Miller, one of the racist things that the last administration did, because they didn't want folks who looked like you and I in. Because remember, the last president said folks from certain countries could come in. So we assumed, that would not apply to other things. So this administration decided to use Title 42 because of the COVID-19 to say they would not allow the black migrants to stay. The only problem with that, and the reason that it's as racist as what Trump did, they welcome some other people that can complain. And we don't have no problem with that because this is a country of opportunity. This is a land of opportunity. And a lot of us are lucky to be in this country, And I think those folks who walked, some of them, from the story that we were hearing, they got raped, men and women. Some of the parents got killed. 4,000 miles journey. So that must have taken months. So each stop to make it under that bridge. And then to not even get the opportunity. So that's the injustice I think we are facing. So there's a couple of things we're not gonna relate because we know we have a couple of other folks who's going to speak, but let me say what we've been doing. We have been on the phone with the White House, with our congressional folks in each of the different states to make sure that we do whatever we can to advocate. But we cannot do this alone. We have 13 asks. We sent a letter to the White House. They did acknowledge that they received the letter. But we need folks to really motivate and get behind the ask, because part of the letter, first thing on there, it says these folks must get humanitarian parole. That's the first thing. And this is the little number of people that are here. The ones, we are getting calls every day, the elected officials. What about the ones that are back in Haiti, the 8,000? And remember I said there's a couple thousand in detention centers that they have not processed yet. So the few that are here right now, and this is the country where gangs are taking over. And I know that's the conversation we're going to talk about tonight as well. Because we need to come up to with a solution. Because this ongoing unrest is crazy. So I will leave it here, Madam Vice Chair. But later in the program, we're going to talk about, and we want to hear from you guys, with the different accords or accord that are in Haiti. There's 4 or 5, right now I can't keep count. What's going on, the infight, we need to figure out. There's no government. You only have 10 elected senators in the entire country. What can be done? Because we are hearing different things from different states, but we all hear one thing so far. Something has to be done, and you guys are looking at the U.S. to help as much as they can. Well, you know, at this point, we know something has to be done because we all have loved ones back there. And the gangs are taking over neighborhoods. No schools. People can't leave their homes. They can't do nothing. So we're going to continue the conversation, and we're going to be here and do what we do. Madam Vice Chair, as you introduce the moderator, thank you.
Gros bravo, merci en pile, Chairman, merci en pile information. Notre travail très très fort. Pour qu'on nous parle de Pasteur Maurice, qui fait président pasteur dans New Jersey, association pasteur dans New Jersey. Malgré nous tendez National Haitian American Elected Official, nous pas faire tout bagaille pour compte nous. C'est une raison ça fait nous là aujourd'hui pour nous tendre une à l'autre pour nous connaître ça qui a passé. Nous toute organisation capable ensemble pour nous coordonner. Moi dis merci. Moi Haitian Student Association, Shana for Kids, thank you so much for coming out. We got a lot of other organizations who's here and is live as well to make sure que nous connaissons ça qu'a fait. Without any further ado, Pasteur Maurice vient dire moun yo so a fait, nous fait que font gros râler là devant Federal Building yo. Et gèle fait ministre en dire pas prêter comme ça non, faut yo parler bagarre trop dur pour nous.
Thank you Vice Chair. Hello everyone. Shanette, could you please add me to the elected officials? I was a former police commissioner in East Orange, so I should be in your. Some people said, son pasteur m'écoute. So I just want to thank you for being here. Listen, it's simple. We're in the fight for our life, for Haiti. Ce qui passe en Haïti is totally unacceptable. And what I see in my eyes, again, there are 5 organizations that's causing this. The core group, Okay? How can they be in Haiti and this is going on? There's NRI and NDI. It's impossible pour toute organisation ça en Haïti and people gang up run rampant. It's not acceptable. Something is going on. It's real simple. All I ask for the White House is to use NHAEON as a delegation to transition Haiti from this impasse. They need to use NHAEON. They need to use the diaspora because we have the synergy. A Haitian problem requires a Haitian solution. And I just want to say, I want to call on all the Haitian pastors in New Jersey. I want to call on you, pastor, who's looking at me right now. If Jesus was here, he would have been vocal about what's going on. It's time that the church come out the four walls and go into the street because Jesus did ministry in the streets. He was healing people, he was giving them food, and he was also advocating for justice. So this is why you see Pastor Moise involved. I call on my brothers, on my pastor friends and colleagues to stand with me in this fight because Haiti needs us more than ever before. And the good thing is that United States give a lot of reverence and respect to pastors. If all the pastors in New Jersey, all the pastors in New York, all the pastors in Florida were to come together and be vocal about this, then we will stand up with NHAEON to put pressure on the Biden administration. So I'm here to fight with all of you. I'm here to stand and ask that we get involved. This is why I joined NHAEON. I'm working together with Charnette because I want to applaud what they're doing. I want to thank God for the leadership of this group. They have some wonderful people here. Councilman Burke, Linus, Charnette, Frederick. I see my good friend Macandel here. Thank you for putting this group together. Let's give him a round of applause. We have to leave a legacy for our young people. So I'm not going to take any more time. Thank you for all of you for coming here, and I look for the synergy to continue. This is only the beginning. We have a lot of work to do. Also, I want to thank the president of NHAEON. You know, what bothers me is that this is disrespectful to us. They have no respect for us in the community. Because if they did, if it was Spanish, if it was a white-colored people, they would not have treated them that way. The fact that they did that because of our skin color, they take the Haitians and expel them back to Haiti without due process, mind you, right? Without due process. And when we look at the Afghanistans, okay, they did not even vet a lot of these Afghanistan who came here. They don't know if they are terrorists. They don't know what, they have grants set up for them. What about our Haitian brothers and sisters? America must remember that Haiti was a friend. So for Biden administration to act this way, I don't see any difference between Democrats and Republicans. They're treating us the same way. So we must open our eyes, people, because I'm one of those, as I'm praying, God gave me ears to hear, eyes to see, he gave me a heart to understand, but he gave me a mouth to speak. God bless you.
Gros bravo. Nous besoin pasteur, ça c'est sûr. Pour qu'on lire mes amis, nous prenons le temps de Vanessa Jean-Louis. C'est une counselor dans Irvington School Board là. La pral ba nous histoire. Même d'ailleurs me font des petits temps et puis pour nous continuer avec le programme là. Vanessa Jean-Louis, bravo.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Vanessa Jean-Louis, and I am a proud second-generation Haitian American. Mamam soti Okai, papam soti Bene. Both my younger sister and I were born and raised in New Jersey. I'm a school counselor in Irvington, and my younger sister is a clinical pharmacist. Like many of you here today, when I first saw the images of little Haitian babies sleeping on cardboard under the Del Rio Bridge, I broke down in tears. When I saw a father walking through a river to bring food to his family, being attacked, accosted by Joe Biden's Border Patrol agents, I was outraged. I had to do something. I sent money to pastors cooking food for families at the border. I raised money from my friends, my coworkers, and family members, and sent it over to the pastors. Although the financial support was great, it just didn't feel like enough. So I booked a flight to Houston, Texas to volunteer at a migrant processing center called the National Association of Christian Churches Disaster Center. I volunteered for 3 days. I held emaciated babies and children as their parents ate. I changed diapers, and I held a 2-year-old little boy who had diarrhea because he drank polluted water. I did not meet Haitian migrants in Texas, just migrants from Honduras, but so much of the migrant experience is universal. Why were there no Haitian migrants, do you ask? Because the Biden-Harris administration has been deporting thousands and thousands of our brothers and sisters. To the elected officials here today, I ask, why was there more outrage over Donald Trump's insulting words? Why is there less outrage over Joe Biden's deplorable actions? The latest figure of deportation is over 8,000. This administration likes to brag that they don't use the word deport. They use the word expel. But what difference does it actually make to the migrants who are being removed here without due process? 8,000 and counting men, women, and children's dreams of a better life completely shattered by the Biden-Harris administration, even though he paid lip service to being better than his predecessor. They will be accepting 100,000 refugees from Afghanistan. Why are our Haitian brothers and sisters being treated differently? Haitians helped Americans fight in the Revolutionary War. The Louisiana Purchase would not have been possible without the Haitian slave revolution. Our outrage cannot be selective. When I came back from Texas, I reached out to the Honorable Councilwoman Charnette Frederick, a true pioneer for the people. I asked her what I can do to assist. She connected me with a few families of pregnant migrants. I reached out to them. I have visited them several times to help them schedule doctor's appointments and take care of their needs. And again, that just didn't feel like enough. So I called my friend Nadège Duvernay, a second-generation Haitian like myself. And next week at the St. Joseph's Fellowship Hall in Maplewood, New Jersey, we are going to have a community baby shower for these pregnant migrants and their children. We are asking for Pampers, clothing, financial resources for these families because I've visited so many of them and they're living in squalor. If anyone is interested in participating, please see me and I'll forward you the information. We don't have time to play politics with these people's lives. Yesterday, I was with a migrant family. I took them to a childhood friend of mine's home to get clothing, food, toys, because the detention center took away all their belongings. The mother did not even have a coat, but we gave her one. Her daughter is 5 years old. She's been walking. She walked over here from Chile since July 16th. This little angel sat in the back of my car singing every lyric to the compa music that I was playing. In between her singing, she looked at me and said, "Tia, moi vini ici pour moi travail dur. That's Creole for I came here to work hard. She's 5. At 5, she understood clearly the American dream that she now has access to. A dream deferred by so many a dream deferred for so many who the Biden-Harris administration has expelled from this land. We won't be silent. We're going to make them pay at the ballot box if they don't hear our people. L'union fait la force. God bless you all here today.
Oh, bravo, Vanessa Jean-Louis. Nous allons commencer à prendre question. C'est peut-être ça, penser avec question que nous allons poser. Pas oublier nous faire comme ça. C'est pour nous tendre plus. Même te voulez au moins nous idée. Qui monde qui là, qui information que nous porter pour nous. Dernier monde qui va parler, qui t'a annoncé déjà, c'est un monde qui était premier haïtien qui est élu dans New Jersey. Magistrat Joseph Macandal Champagne. L'épine élu 2012, we become the first woman Haitian American elected official. So as a result, nous toujours ensemble parce que nous pas de choix, non? Without any, he's been working tirelessly and he's been with me since day one, since 2012. I've been elected official because he wanted to teach me, montrer comment bagaille yo et puis pour nous capable coordonner. Thank you so much for your leadership. Merci en pile. Avant de venir là, moi dit your insight, your leadership. We cannot do this without each other, but together, l'union fait la force. Encore une fois, gros bravo, Macandal Champagne.
Thank you so much, dear Councilwoman, my wonderful sister in the struggle. Moi, dis nous honneur. C'est exactement ça qu'on a demandé pour l'administration Biden, pour les respecter nous, pas seulement à cause que c'est être humain que nous y est, mais respectez-nous parce que c'est loi pays États-Unis qui mandait ça. En tant qu'avocat, moi pratiquer plusieurs droits qui incluent immigration law et majorité clients que moi gagne c'est espagnol que c'est ça que me parler espagnol parce que dans zone côté moi c'est espagnol qui là pas jamais en fois moi ouais un espagnol qui entré aux États-Unis côté que au bail parole ça aurait les parole et puis pour parole là seulement pour 15 jours, 30 jours, 60 jours. Qui ça parole là? Parole là c'est une admission que on réfugié aux États-Unis qui pourra permettre moun ça appliquer pour permis de travail. Et d'habitude permis de travail là pour joindre c'est pour 1 an que lié au moins. Imaginez-vous, vous avez une parole qui t'a supposé un permis pour capable travailler, pour capable aider les familles, pour capable récupérer tout ça côté perdu sur route Panama, Colombia, côté que volé, fin d'échapper ou. Qu'on a ouvert dans pays, qu'on a ouvert sous compte famille, amis, gens qui ont bon cœur pour nous même qui là. Et désir c'est pour ta travail, pour ne pas dépendre de monde. Et puis, bon parole pour 15 jours. Ça veut dire que vous n'êtes pas capable d'appliquer pour permis de travail. Ça veut dire que vous mettez dans une condition côté que on a thank you, merci beaucoup. Vous venez tourner en fardeau pour les gens qui aux alentours. Mais ce n'est pas ça ou pour vous-même. Mais vous traitez un groupe de monde d'une façon, comme moi je dis, en pile dans parole qui vient côté mieux, parole c'est 1 an, il y a des fois 2 ans, il y a des fois vous renouvelez l'elfini. Ça nous-mêmes, nous avons 15 jours, 30 jours, maximum 60 jours. Ça sont dérespectances que liées. Et en tant que ancien magistrat, moi j'étais dans la politique américaine, c'est un fondateur National Haitian American Elected Official Network. N'a mobilisé et n'a supporté chairman nous, Alex Desulmé, docteur Alex Desulmé, honorable Chanel Frédéric, avec tous les membres National Haitian American Elected Officials, pour nous amplifier voix nous avec tout l'autre monde qui concerne, pour nous demander Biden administration ça, pour les suspendre, expulser. Mot expulser est important. There is a distinction between an expulsion and a deportation. An expulsion is for those who have not been granted due process. There has been more than 1.2 million people expulsed from the United States. That's illegal. Deportation is for those who have been processed, given the opportunity to be heard, and they are found to be deportable and they are deported. So we would rather have a deportation based on having been heard than to just have an expulsion. Et pas bête nous, on va expulser moun sans qu'on pas bailler mon chance pour être capable démontrer pour qui ça est venu, fait toute route ça pour venir atterrir là. Yo connaît que le pays n'est pas bon parce que yo contribué dans la destruction du pays. Yo connaît déjà. Yo connaît zam a rentrer en Haïti parce que yo connaît ces bananes nous produisons pas besoin de zam. C'est quand nous produisons nous pas besoin de zam. Yo connaît que le pays n'est pas bon. Non, yo continue à expulser haïtiens basé sur ça les titres 42 Title 42 Section 265 là qui c'est une loi qui était là depuis longtemps mais c'est sous Trump, Stephen Miller avant COVID-19. Ça c'est un bail qui est important, oui. Avant COVID-19, Stephen Miller, under the Biden administration, wanted to apply the Title 42, Section 265 U.S. health law to expose undesirable, unwanted migrants. You know, who are they? Black folks, Africans, Haitians, anybody who is dark-skinned, black, they don't want that because they want to keep their population at a certain rate. And they figured having black migrants coming in would not serve their purpose, their policy. So since under the Trump administration before COVID, they have been trying to implement and have implemented Title 42. And so now we are suing them, and there is an amicus brief that we have submitted to push the court to recognize that Title 42 is illegal and it should not be made applicable to prevent people or refugees who are seeking asylum into the United States. L'illégal pour utiliser une loi qui a empêché moun yo a demander asile aux États-Unis. Moi me dis ça avant de finir. Li pas illégal pour rentrer dans frontière américaine si que ou demander pour asile. Celle qui est illégale, c'est celle que vous essayez de rentrer sans qu'on pas aller ou pas une raison qui est basée sur asile qui basé sur une dans 5 catégories asile et puis on peut essayer de rentrer dans les coulisses ou pas aucun problème on peut essayer de rentrer là ça c'est illégal mais si vous avez raison côté que on courir pour persécution que vous avez déjà créé et puis qu'on est là on rentrer la caillou ça pas illégal so pas jamais quitter mon affaire comprendre que aux haïtiens à rentrer dans le pays illégalement pas tout ça a demandé asile ça a couru pour persécution ça a couru pour kidnapping ça a couru pour torture moun sa yo pas illégal alors frère Maxime nous parlons des questions nous et moi espérer que nous de nos façons pour nous unifier nous parce que dans moment ça c'était un moment qui était plus important pour nous apprendre à unifier nous c'est moment ça c'était un moment pour nous apprendre une remet l'autre c'est moment ça c'était un moment pour nous apprendre à concerner de souffrance une avec l'autre c'est moment ça pour nous apprendre à vivre une avec l'autre problème pas c'est problème PAM. Je vais vous donner un exemple bien vite après ça m'aller. En tant qu'avocat, moi recevais un pile coup de fil. Oh, mettre ma candidate champagne nous d'ailleurs pour aller avec nous dans l'appointement nous bail ça. D'habitude, si je vais aller dans l'appointement immigration et ça va dépendre de base hearing là, moi j'ai prix que moi chargé et que tout avocat fait même pas là tout. Mais les m'a regarder moi appointement que besoin aller c'est appointement pour aller juste aller devant ICE ou bien officier immigration pour capable démontrer que qui côté arrêté et puis pour prendre fingerprint yo. Et puis il dit ça que mettre Macandal et champagne combien quoi va charger pour ça? Je dis frère appointement ça pas besoin d'avocat. Ou pas besoin d'un avocat pour aller l'autre bord ou juste besoin d'un monde qui parle anglais qui vous capable permettre et exprimer qui côté arrêté vérifier côté arrêté et puis qu'on est là n'importe pas pour démontrer l'identité ou capable toujours présenter papier ça et puis il peut prendre un fingerprint tout et puis that's it on besoin de $500 $1000 ça n'est pas bon so pour mon capitaine de mieux qui dans une situation pareille nous n'avons pas besoin d'avocat que nous parlons dans appointement pour et avec ICE ok. Ces petits comme ça que nous gagnons font l'autre bagarre avec lui. Par là, il y a un avocat juste pour apparaître devant mon ça et puis regarder et puis faire fingerprint tout et puis montrer papier pour ça virer droit là pour ça ou $500 pour people ou $1000 people. Est-ce que vous entendez ça me dit nous? Alors c'est ça me devait se partager avec nous parce que après que nous finissons de faire processus ça il y a pour nous une date pour nous apparaître devant le tribunal peut-être dans 1 an encore ou bien dans 2 ans encore. C'est là ça où on a besoin d'un avocat. Nous comprenons? Mais il faut que nous ne pas quitter 1 an passé pendant que nous rentrons dans le pays pour nous pas préparer l'application pour asile nous si nous qualifions pour lui. Pas quitter 1 an ça passé, ok? Alors c'est ça que je veux partager avec nous. Merci beaucoup. Nous aimons un peu. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you so much. Merci en pile. D'après quelques acknowledgements, right now nous gagnons honorable Sabrina Charles-Pierre qui est dans le School Board Ramapo Central. Thank you so much for being with us. I want to say thank you to Pastor Sylvain for allowing us to be here in the church. Thank you for those of you who are watching live right now. Thank you so much for being with us. We're going to do the Q&A section. But I wanted to say merci en pile Contact FM que en pile dans nos capteurs de nos contacts DJ Babas en Skader avec nous n'a marché. Merci en pile. Moi dis merci avec ça pas possible sans Marim, Joseph, Frédéric qui travaille très très fort. Vous comprenez sous un refreshment dehors là, nous dit merci à Fritaille Restaurant. Fritaille Restaurant dans Stuyvesant dans Irvington là, ça veut dire c'est lui-même qui cœur Irvington moi dit. Mes amis, après dans mi temps Covid-19 ça, les nous gain papa maman avec nous, nous dit merci. Moi dis merci à papa Joseph Frédéric qui là avec moi. Merci en ville. I'm so grateful. So at this time, we're going to take on some questions. Natasha is going to coordinate the questions. If you are here, you want to ask a question, you can come in. I think, how are we doing with the live Facebook? Is it over or are we still there? We're still good. Perfect. Go ahead. Before we do, we have the chairman say something. Very good. It's in over an hour. Si vous voulez, nous allons continuer. Comme nous connaissons, nous attendons nous live dans Contact FM. Beautiful. That's where we're going to follow up with that. Perfect. Julie. Oh, what is it? On Creole? Oh, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the questions from the Facebook. After that, we're going to take the question, and Natasha is coordinated with us. But we're definitely going to be here. Don't forget, guys, we're here until 6 o'clock, so we got this. Read some of the questions. Again, I think each and every one of you, I see Madame Fernand Nazer, go bravo, merci en pile. Je connaissez moi-même qui pas qu'à sortir là. Moi dis merci avec monsieur par raison. Mes amis, li ba yo te du, mais ils font façon pour le venir. Merci en pile.
There's one question, and I think Mayor Macondal answered it. The person asked, if someone cannot afford a lawyer for their first immigration appointment, how do they go about getting one?
They can actually go on the website, NHAEON website, National Haitian American Elected Officials Network, and reach out to us. And we have affiliation with several, lawyers or organizations, whether it's in New Jersey or whether it's in Chicago, that work with us. In fact, we have the National Bar Association that has qui bat nous support yo et pour nous capable représenter deux trois monde. Mais si nous pas joindre accès avec moun sa ou pas joindre accès avec nous-mêmes, le plus souvent les que premier tribunal là, première date là, si que ou pas gain chance ou gain un avocat avec, ou capable toujours dire juge là que et moi besoin de plus de temps pour capable chercher un avocat et que bon mon l'autre date pour capable retourner avec un avocat. Alors c'est ça qu'on va dire c'est ça. Merci.
Merci.
At this time, we're going to take some questions and stay on because some people are asking for us to stay on, Councilwoman.
Sounds good.
The only
Go ahead.
thing is, the ground rules are no personal questions. If someone is in the audience on Facebook and would like to ask a personal question, make sure you contact us, via message, private message on the NHAEON site.
Perfect. We have a question, Natasha, over there.
We have a question.
Yes, my name is Nouvelle. Yes, my name is Nouvelle Pierre. So I'm helping the immigrants, the refugees, my brothers and sisters that come in from Haiti. I have 4 at my house right now. One baby is 11 months. Another one was just born. He's like 10 days, but very sick. I wonder if those people, are they gonna be, and the husband got still a beeper in his foot for like 2 months. Are they gonna be deported or no?
Go ahead. Okay, continue.
Yes.